everyone. Good morning. It's Dakota from Everyday Life, the channel where we talk about everything that happens in our lives today. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. You guys know I am a new channel and I am trying to grow. Well, today we're going to talk about a few things, but as we all know, the big thing is today is Friday. It's really cold here in Pennsylvania. We even had a little bit of snow. I am not ready for that. But we're going to talk about Diddy. Today is Diddy's hearing. And so many people are going to be following that, as will I. We're going to talk a little bit about a podcaster called Lionel B, how his interview with one of Diddy's victims was kind of confusing. Ellen DeGeneres and Tony Busby, the lawyer for all of Diddy's victims. A lot to talk about today. And also, you know, there's a lot of craziness going on here in the United States since Donald Trump was voted into, well, now that he's president-elect. It's a lot of more hatred than usual. You know, we're all used to some amount of hatred, and we handle it just well. It is what it is, okay? Nobody is going to like everybody all the time. It's okay. But it's getting really deep, and I'm going to show you a couple of clips probably at the end of this show. So today, Diddy says that his reputation has been destroyed. His reputation has been destroyed by the government, not by the fact that he's been taking people's womanhood and manhoods and things like that. Just by the government. He had nothing to do with it. He says that the government has been putting out deceptive media tactics, such as putting the tape out when he beat Cassie Ventura's ass. Was that a media tactic, or did that really happen? But he's saying, oh, it was a loving relationship. Well, I don't want no loving relationship like that. That is not love. That is hate. So for all you women out here listening, if a man hits you and you say, oh, he loves me, no, he doesn't. Take it from someone who's been around the block 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 times. That is not love, that's hate. He hates you, get out of there. Okay, I digress. So Diddy says that the only way to completely reinstate his reputation is a complete acquittal. Complete acquittal. You guys heard me right. Diddy wants a complete acquittal. You know, I think some of the things I hear that Diddy and his lawyers are doing and saying, I know the lawyers are getting paid, so they just have to do what they have to do for their client. But I know that Diddy he's not thinking straight anymore. He's totally stressed. He's probably hungry. He's not getting any dugs anymore. So he's probably going through some kind of withdrawal. Totally stressed. And I'm not saying that I feel sorry for him. I'm just stating a fact of how stress can affect you. You know, he is where he belongs, and unfortunately or fortunately, he'll probably never see the light of day again unless it's in the yard of the cell. But he's not thinking straight. Why would he say only a complete acquittal? You know, maybe that's just lawyer talk. They saying what they have to say. But I should hope Diddy don't believe that to be true. But then he has nothing else to hold on to. So, you know, hope. Keep hope alive, you know. Kind of sort of like take that. Keep hope alive. Okay, so his reputation, he wants it to be reinstated. His team said that the video of Cassie Ventura was edited as well as manipulated. So he's saying it didn't happen the way we saw it happen. We just saw a small piece of it, whereas in reality, there was a lot more to it that you could see. What could be in it? Maybe Cassie was the aggressor. Who knows? You never know. But I had to turn my fan off. Even if Cassie was the aggressor, Nobody deserves to be hit in the back of the head like that. Nobody deserves to be dragged. You know, if somebody's right, they're right, and if somebody's wrong, they're wrong. You know, I'm just staying impartial here. I'm not, like, when I talk, I don't talk about Republican, I don't talk about Democrat, I just stay in the middle. Doesn't matter what I am, I'm just reporting the news. As far as Cassie and Diddy and his victims, unfortunately, I can't stay impartial there, and this is why I'm going to tell you why I can't stay impartial. Okay, there's a new case, John Doe, who is suing Diddy. There's a new lawsuit, just came out this week. Woo-wee. Let me tell you what happened with this guy. Trigger warning. If there are kids around, get them out because you don't want them to hear this. John Doe, he said he was with Diddy and another man. And of course, they, you know, the playbook, they were having cocktails, and the man said he sipped this cocktail, and of course we all know what happened. He got woozy and he went down. Then he said he was in and out of consciousness, and when he did wake up, he was in a room with black walls, black sheets on the bed, just everything was dark. And he was confused, and he said he just couldn't get himself together to get up and get out of there. And he was naked. But he was in that twilight zone. You know, he was in that drug zone. So he said that he looked behind him, and who was standing there straight and tall and erect, and his body wasn't the only thing that was erect. Other parts of his body was erect. And the guy was just like, you know, how the old people say demons are riding your back. You're laying there, you sleep, you're conscious, totally conscious of everything that's going on around you, but you just can't move. That's how he was. Well, he said that a man, wasn't Diddy, a man, I can't even say it, but I'm just going to say it. A man sodomized him orally. And I had to think about that. I'm like, how do you sodomize somebody orally? And I'm like, oh, he used his tongue, you know, like tossing salads. What? Do you know what kind of diseases you can get from that? Like, what? Some of these people never get sick. You know, I guess these are the type of people that don't wash their hands. They just never get sick. But anyway, he was sodomized. And then after the man finished his thing, then, of course, Diddy went in and raped him. So, right now, of course, this guy says that, this John Doe says that he has problems with relationships. You know, I'm pretty sure he's seeing a therapist. But the worst, okay, wait a minute. They did something else to him too, but it doesn't matter. That what happened to him was enough. He lost 2 teeth in the assault. Did they beat him? I don't know. It didn't elaborate how he lost 2 teeth. Did they beat him up? I don't know. Anyway, and not only that, but he had to get his booty reconstructed. He had to get his booty reconstructed, Diddy. And you want your reputation reinstated? What reputation would that be? Okay. And Ellen DeGeneres, because we have a new president-elect, Ellen DeGeneres, who was like this with Diddy, you know, he was on her show, I think it was 20 times. I think it might have been more than that, but I'm not really 100% sure. She left the country, she says, because of President Trump, but we all know why she left the country. Because she didn't want to get involved in the Diddy stuff. So Ellen's gone. Goodbye, Ellen. Okay. All right. Now, another victim of Diddy's. I should have had a picture, but I'm pretty sure you guys all saw this. Did you ever see a picture of a young girl sitting on Diddy's lap? He was sitting back like this, and the young girl was sitting on his lap, but it had her face blared out. She was supposed to be 11 years old. Remember? And I don't know if you guys saw Lionel B interview Adria English, but she said that that girl was 13 years old. So it's kind of like, well, you know what? English seems kind of like she's trying to get herself together. You know, maybe she just got some ages mixed up. But the most important part is the girl who was, wait a minute. Oh, so the girl who was sitting on Diddy's lap was on the thumbnail of Lionel B's interview. And the girl that Lionel B was interviewing was telling about her story with Diddy, how she was young and she was kept against her will, basically kidnapped. All kinds of things were done to her. She said that J-Lo was allegedly in the room or in the parties or wherever they were, in the caves. I don't know where they were. And she said that J-Lo had a bottle, a champagne bottle, and the bottle was broke. Okay? Now that's all I'm saying. She said J-Lo had a bottle and the bottle was broke. And the girl was crying profusely when she was telling the story. But then she said somebody, I'm not saying who, I'm not saying if it was J-Lo, I'm just saying allegedly because this is what I heard the girl say. And we all know what alleged means. That means I heard it. I'm telling you, but I don't know if it's true or not, so go do your own research. So she said someone put the champagne bottle in her vajayjay. In her vajayjay. And she was cut. And she said that where she was in these dark places, she said there were children there, as young as 5 or 6 years old. And she said one little girl was saying to her, fight, you gotta fight. Now, I believe her, but I also know that they were all dug up. So I'm hoping that you know, that didn't really happen, that it was just the drugs making her hallucinate. So, okay. So this is the confusion. In the Lionel B interview, he had the girl sitting on Diddy's lap and her face was blanked out. So that made us to believe that the lady that he was interviewing, the one who said somebody put the bottle in her, was the same person that was on the thumbnail, but it wasn't. The person on the thumbnail was totally different than the lady he was interviewing. So just know, if you hear Lionel B's interview with Misha, the person on the thumbnail sitting on Diddy's lap is not the person he's interviewing. Okay, that needs to be taken care of, Lionel. That needs to be clarified. All right. And also, okay, and Ellen's gone. Hasta la vista, baby. Tony Busby. We all know Tony Busby is the attorney for the victims. All the victims of Diddy. Now Tony is in the news. Tony Busby is being sued according to TMZ. First, he was sued by a male celebrity for extortion, according to TMZ. Forget that. Now he says that, now a woman, we call her Jane Doe, she is suing him. She says that he assaulted her while representing her in a divorce. She said that Busby allegedly saw her in a public place, rushed her, took a champagne flute in her face, broke her tooth, chipped her tooth, and she's accusing him of malpractice in a divorce which cost her millions of dollars. And that's Tony Busby, the attorney representing Diddy's victims. Okay, now this happened some years ago, you know, but it's coming out now. And her lawyer was saying that her lawyer now is saying that Tony Busby is a hypocrite. Aren't we all? You know, aren't we all? I believe that if it had not have been for the Diddy case, I believe that this Tony Busby lawsuit would never have come to light. you know how this case is going. It's taking no prisoners. It's dog eat dog. It's just ridiculous. And I'll be glad when it's over, and I'll be glad when the kids. A lot of people are saying them not no damn kids. Those are grown men. They knew what they were doing. They were doing it with their dad. One was on a yacht, drugging girls, and I know that. I know that, and they should get some kind of. Listen. I'm sorry. I can't help but to feel sorry for. Not for what the kids did. I feel sorry for their situation. The twins. I feel sorry for the twin situation. I do. And the baby, of course. The boys, even though Diddy was there, they really didn't have a father. Because Diddy's not a father. They had Lucifer to look up to. So they didn't have a role model. I don't know. I'm going to stay right here in the middle with the boys. I know you guys feel like, get that, let them go down too. Look, I respect your opinion. Okay? Also, seems like there are private investigators going around the country knocking on content creators' doors wanting to know if anybody paid you to talk about Diddy. It happened to one. He said he was a comedian, but he was also a content creator, and he was videotaping two guys, and they were just saying, "We just want to know if anybody's paying you. We just want to know." And the content creator was saying, "This is weird. You need to get away from my house. This is weird." And another girl named Amala said the same thing. Two men said they were private investigators, and they wanted to know if anybody was paying them to talk about Diddy. Do you know if the feds get wind? No, they already got wind. They know everything. Okay, I was going to say, what are you thinking? But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking stress. And everybody who's watching my video who is saying, damn, what's wrong with Diddy? Is he stupid? He's trying to do what he got to do to get out of jail. Who knows what we would do? But fortunately, the way Diddy was just taking booties like booties were going out of style. I mean, he was just taking them to the left, taking them to the right, taking them up, taking them down, taking them all around for decades and decades. And a booty is a precious thing. You only get one. And once it has to be sewed up, and it was no fault of yours, a person who would do that, I'm sorry, you don't belong walking around with the rest of us. You just don't belong here. Sorry, Diddy. Bye. And let me see, what else? Okay, so that's for the celebrity. That's the celebrity stuff. Now I'm just going to talk just a little bit before I go about racism here in America now, since we have a new president-elect. Racism has always been here, and it's always going to be here. There's nothing we can do about it. I think from the beginning of time, it's going to be here. And if you just think about the animals in the wild, are the hyenas and the cheetahs, are they ever going to be friends? No. Are the deer and the lions ever going to be friends? No. So why should blacks and whites be friends? Why should Asians and Indians be friends? I think we should. I mean, I hope we can get there. But, Donald's got to calm his people down. I'm going to show you these two videos of what happens when racism gets out of hand just in normal places like a grocery store or a supermarket. Check this out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so I'm just gonna help somebody out here. Yeah. If you call somebody black the N-word, and I just want y'all to study what happens in this video. First, he's calmly unbuttoning his shirt. Yes, sir. Two, he methodically removes his eyeglasses. You see, matter of fact, I want you to go back right here. First, he does this here. He strokes his chin first. No, come on. he does this. What this means is, should I smack his ass, or should I let him go ahead and just walk? I'm gonna go ahead and smack his ass. So roll a video. You see right here, the brother on the left. You see him. He's stroking his chin. You know what? Let me unbutton my shirt. And I'm just, because he didn't rip the buttons off because he ain't trying to mess up his shirt. Okay, Methodic, he took his glasses off, put it in his pocket, and smacked. So here's the deal. If you're going to call a black person the N-word, my advice, you don't turn your back to them. I'm just saying, you don't turn.
Tell me my face and tell me you're sorry, nigga. Tell me you're sorry, nigga. What's you sorry for, nigga? What's you sorry for? Why, nigga? Why are you sorry for that shit, nigga? It's disrespectful as fuck, nigga. To me and my whole people, nigga. All these niggas right here. All these niggas right here, bro. And you're talking to you is crazy, bro. Like, that shit is crazy for you to say, nigga. You know that shit is not okay, bro. You know that shit. Then why you say that shit? Why you say that shit, nigga? You know that shit is not... You know that. So, this is all I want to...
Okay. You see that? Two guys calling two other guys the N-word. And that was on the Roland Martin. Shout out to Roland Martin. I don't care if it's the N-word, the W word, the D word. You just don't do it. The C word, whatever your race's caricature is, you just don't do it. Black, white, Puerto Rican, I don't care, because you might get something that you don't want. All of us. You know, just like if a person is homophobic, you don't stand in a crowd and say, oh, I can't stand those GAY people. Nope, you just mind your business and smile, because it's none of your business. So anyway, like I said, today is Friday, and it's Diddy's trial, and I feel really bad. Because, you know, the kids have got to be on edge. Nobody really gives a damn if Diddy's on edge. He deserves to be on the edge. Right on the edge of that plank, and let his ass jump over. I'm sure everybody feels the same way. Okay, so that's it. I am headed out to see my son. He's a college student at Temple. And I will be back later after we see what's going to happen with this trial. Everybody have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Remember, thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.